here we are, Outerbike Day 2 Moab. A little bit cooler today, but it's going to be awesome because there's less wind. A little bit longer line today because it's Saturday. But looking forward to riding some awesome bikes. Once again, having an awesome ride out here in Moab. Yeah. Hey, welcome back to another Moab video. Hey, well, before we get into the footage, I just wanted to show where we had dinner the night before. Downtown Moab here has a bunch of great spots you can eat, and we chose Zach's here. That's Z-A-X there on the awning, which has a nice upstairs patio. It had all-you-can-eat pizza and salad bar buffet, so it's a great place to refill. After a full day of riding, there I am getting my greens in. So anyway, let's get to the video. Alright, first bike on riding day 2 is a Yeti. It's an SB130, which has 29-inch wheels, but it's got the Switch Infinity link there, which is what I'm interested in checking out. So we're going to give this one a ride. And later we might shuttle, but right now there's a pretty long shuttle line. It's way back there. So for now we're just going to cruise around on the local trails here, up this way. My buddy R.A. Warrior here on his Fazari LaSalle Peak. Ready to roll. Yeah. All geared up. I'm going to hop on this Yeti, we're going to do some riding. Let's roll. So this first loop of trails around here we ended up using for our main test loop for all the bikes we demoed. It's called the LazyEZ loop. 2 trails kind of loop around, come back to the tent venue. This is out in the Moab Brands area, and I'll bring up a map here in a second to show you where we are and that's kind of the loops we did during our demo time here. So here's the Moab Brands trails, and right about there is where the Outerbike venue itself was. That's where all the vendors were. And the LazyEZ loop, this was our main test route. A little bit of uphill, a little bit of downhill, some kind of good handling sections, but not very chunky. If you want something a little beefier, you want to head up to the North 40. And that's where we went later on in this video, so stay tuned for that. And if you want more of the classic kind of slick rock stuff, head out to the Circle D trails, and I got another video on that earlier on, so check that out if you want to see what Circle D looks like. So here we are, we're off on the LazyEZ loop, a little bit of climbing, and then it loops back around towards the start. So far on this Yeti, I'm noticing I really like the rear suspension. The 29s are a little much for me. Probably great for Moab stuff, but I think an SB140 would be perfect for me, which is 140 millimeters traveled at 27.5. So I'm excited to try that later. I really like this Yeti. It mows over stuff. Yep. But I'm going straight. These 29s are awesome. Yeah. They're like turning. Different story. We'll let some air out help. Yeah. Good. It's a good little test track. I like these shifters. Like I like SRAM shifters instead of Shimano. Yeah, I don't like SRAM better than Shimano. Looking forward to taking it on some higher speed downhill stuff. Check out how the suspension feels. Yeah. With the exception of the 29s, I think this is my favorite one so far, from what I can tell. With the exception of what? The 29s. I want the smaller wheels. Yeah. We are on the opposite side of the ridge. Out here is Arches National Park. You see way out there. Beautiful. So from here on, this is just after a fairly big climbing section. And from here on out, it's kind of a gradual downhill with some good turns. And it really shows off the handling characteristics of the bike. This bike in particular had 29-inch wheels, so a little bit more inertia to get it to turn. But the geometry on this bike was really set up well. I really liked how it handled. Even despite having the 29-inch wheels, this Yeti handled really well for me, and I really enjoyed riding it. Now, one of the advantages of a 29-inch wheel is when you're rolling over stuff like I am now, this kind of choppy stuff, you really do feel like you carry a little bit more inertia through those sections. Granted, a little bit of that's probably mental because it's only 100 or 1.5 inches more in diameter. But I do feel, after demoing so many 27.5s and then 29s, these 29s will roll better on stuff like that, but it just take a little bit more to get it to turn in. So it kind of depends on what terrain you want to ride in, what your preferences are. But for me, I like the geometry on this Yeti, but overall I take the 27.5 over the 29. So around the corner here was one of my favorite sections of this loop, and it really showcased the handling of the different bikes. As you can see, it's kind of a serpentine course. This is where you really got to feel the difference between the 27.5s and the 29s. 27.5s a little quicker to turn in, 29s, a little slower to turn in, took a little more inertia to turn them. But that being said, this Yeti, I'll say it again, handled really well for having 29-inch wheels. I really like it. There we go. So there's the venue. It's called the Bar M Trailhead out here in Moab. So there's where all the bikes are parking. So here comes another good kind of handling test section. This is more or less what I was shopping for. This is kind of my style of riding here, kind of flowy single track. I'm not really a big hit drop off type rider. But again, I'll say that this Yeti here, even though it had 29s, had really good geometry, so it handled really well on this stuff. I rode some 29s that did not handle well. That's one of the benefits of being at a big demo event like Outerbike, is that you have your choice of bikes and you can go back to back to back and see how the different ones feel, and it's great having that ability to do that. There's a better shot of the venue. There's all the bikes, the vendors. Jump. There we go. We're done on our little test loop. Alright, I'm going to come back in, make a little adjustment to my seat height. I'm going to try and get on one of the shuttles. Still a long line though, dang.
I sync the audio and video files.
So that line for the shuttle was way too long. Guy said it was like an hour. So we're out here in the North 40. Gonna do another little loop. Hopefully the line will shorten up. so I can get up on the shuttle, do some bigger, longer descents. Right now, I'm having a blast doing this stuff. I don't think we need to do Mavericks all the way back, or do the whole rest of the 40.
I'm fine with either way.
So the North 40 loop is a little bit longer, slightly more advanced trails, a little bit bigger drop-offs, kind of some more bigger rocks, a little bit steeper climbs. Definitely good for kind of the next level of demos if you want to do like LazyEZ. Just get a quick feel of it, and then I'm going to take it up a notch, go hit the North 40. So as we rounded this corner here, I saw a good spot for taking a picture, and there are a couple guys standing there. I was like, oh hey, wonder who these guys are. It turns out,
they're a new
yeah, Switch Infinity. Love it so far. I really like the rear suspension.
I'm Shane. Crashing Dad. Have we met?
No.
Turns out it was the Crashing Dad, YouTube celebrity. He was super cool. I mean, it didn't seem like we were interrupting him. We chatted for quite a long time. It didn't seem like we were getting in his way or bothering him. It was super awesome. So he ended up taking a good picture for us of the overlook. Actually, his buddy did. He was working on some video action, but that was really awesome of him. So thanks, Crashing Dad. Anyway, back to the action. That was. This thing was just floating. Loved it. In hindsight, I almost wish we would have used the North 40 system here as our test loop, because it really kind of showed off the bikes a little bit more. But we wouldn't have been able to ride as many because this loop took probably 45 minutes to an hour, whereas Easy and Lazy was only a 20-30 minute loop. So wouldn't have been able to demo as many, but it would have been more challenging. I'm really enjoying this Yeti. Felt really good on that downhill. Real linear feel to the rear suspension. Doesn't feel like it's tightening up or getting stiffer. Nice linear feel to it. Loving this stuff. Hey, aren't you the RA Warrior? Like and subscribe. Yeah, I recognize his voice once he started talking. I've run across some of his too. Oh, here we go. Oh, look at those rocks. It's kind of cool. Here we go. On suspension. Yeah. Another big rock right there. So that's all the footage I have of the Yeti SB130. The North 40 trail system here out in RM Trailhead, Moab. Join me next time as I'm riding the Evil, the Calling out on some of these trails. Gonna have a fun time with this bike. As always, thanks for watching and enjoy your ride.